Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, so David Benavidez further calls out Canelo and basically responds to Canelo's basically, analysis and his critique of David Benavidez, saying, well, who is David Benavidez's fault and what has he done? And I'm not afraid of nobody and I'll fight anybody. Nah, that's not true, Canelo. You won't fight anybody. That's not even remotely true. But to me, the more Canelo talks and puts his foot in his mouth, because he just contradicted himself, and I played the audio that came out of Canelo's mouth. Look, man, it's just looking like Canelo just don't want it with David Benavidez. I just don't think he wants it. I think he knows at this point he can't beat David Benavidez. David Benavidez's style is a nightmare for Canelo. Too big, too strong, too fast, too much skill. David Benavidez will beat Canelo to the punch, and eventually he'll just be able to hit Canelo at will, and David Benavidez will probably stop Canelo. He'll just overwhelm Canelo and he'll stop him. Like I said, after what I saw with Canelo, I think Canelo is very vulnerable. I'm going to be honest with you. Canelo just ain't looking the same. I don't know if it's from, the mystery meat. I don't know if it's from, all the fights he's had. Now, keep in mind, Canelo said something a while back. I know Canelo is on record, his official boxing record, for like having, 60 fights? But Canelo said he had about 4 or 5 that he didn't get credit for, that didn't go on his official professional record. So you basically talking about 64 or 65 fights, and Canelo been fighting since he was a teenager. And everybody's body is different. And keep in mind, Canelo's been going up and down in weight. So it may be just starting to take toll on him. But yeah, still no excuse. But Canelo, look, the older he gets, the worse it is for him. I don't even think David Benavidez has reached his peak yet. I think he's only 25. I think between 26 and 29, David Benavidez is just going to be a monster. He may be, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think eventually when David Benavidez moves up to 168, he may be unbeatable. He may not be able to be beat. Because eventually he'll move up to 168. And I think David Benavidez probably wants to move. He'll move up to 175. I think David Benavidez, I think he's already considering that move. I just think he wants to get the Canelo fight out the way so he can move up to 175. I really do. But nevertheless, man, David Benavidez called Canelo out, and he basically said everything that I said, where he basically picked apart Canelo's resume, how Canelo got a belt, how he got undisputed. He didn't even fight for it. He asked to fight for the belt after they stripped David Benavidez of the belt, and then Canelo asked for it. So, like I said before, that just tells you all you need to know about Canelo. He just don't want it with David Benavidez. And then the excuse he used why he won't fight David Benavidez, that just sounds ludicrous. But nevertheless, it is what it is. It's your boy Town Biz. I am out.